my booktube pretty friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to be doing my May wrap up as well as my reading journal update. In the month of May I read 9 books. I keep having to count it. I counted it before this video and I still can't believe that I read 9 books in the month of May. I read 3 physical, and then I read 3, 4, 6 on my Kindle. I am still, I think, over halfway finally in Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare, but I am going to give this probably a 4-star. It just feels like it's dragging on, and I think I'm going to like the last Hour series more because I read Chain of Gold just to see if I'm going to like the next trilogy better than this one. And I think I'm going to. And then I read The Cool Prince by Holly Black. I gave this 4 stars. This was really intriguing. I can see why people like it. But it felt a little YA to me compared to my other reads. So I'll have to see what I think of the next book. I read Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is a middle grade book. This is the 2nd book in the series. This is definitely a cute read if you're a big fan of Harry Potter. And I enjoyed it. I am looking forward to reading number 3. The 4th book, I believe, comes out this month, I think. And then the books that I read on my Kindle was Sword Heart by Tinky Fisher. I'm going to give that 4 stars as well, even though I'm like 50 or 60% way through it, but I will finish it. It's just, Tinky Fisher is a really slow-paced reader to me, and where I left off, it just keeps dragging. So I know it's my favorite one so far, though, that I've read from Tinky Fisher. I read Never by Jessica Hastings. I gave that a 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I can see where the dislike is with the book because of the ending for me, but it's Jessica Hastings. I know how she writes. I've read, I think, 2 books from her for the Memory of Parts, and I understand, I get the hype of how she writes, so I really enjoyed Never. I don't see why it was such a big deal. It's her version of Peter Pan. I read Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. I gave that 5 stars. That was a funny read. I really enjoyed it, and it's a dystopian, video game-esque story about a guy named Carl with his ex-girlfriend's cat named Princess Donut, and it literally felt like an old movie that I've seen before that my parents could have watched or my sisters could have watched back in like the late 80s or 90s. I read, oh yeah, I forgot. I also read another physical book, which was Catherine Center book of The Bodyguard. I really enjoyed this. I'm probably going to give this to my mom, though, because it was a really cute read, but it's not going to stick with me. I mean, this is probably my favorite book by her, but I don't know. She's like one of those palate cleansers authors for me, but I really enjoyed this one a lot. I read The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez. The way Abby Jimenez can write a book and just grab you into the characters was really, it's been insane. And this was only like an 82-page novella, and I really enjoyed it. And I would read it if it was a full-length novel. And my last one, I literally just got this on Kindle. It went on sale, and it's First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I only read it because I got the audiobook on Libby, and I gave that a 4 stars. I really enjoyed the concept of it, but the communication those 2 characters had in the book icked me, and the miscommunication really did not make me happy. But overall, I enjoyed it. It reminded me of the old rom-coms of Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail, which is literally making me want to rewatch them again. And it felt too long for a romance book, personally. But all in all, I had a really good reading month, and I'm hoping to have a really good reading month in June. And now to transition to my reading journal update. I read 2 books from my 25 and 25. I also updated my 25 and 25. I do it every 6 months throughout the year. I always do a palette cleanser to see if I'm still interested in the books. So I have changed some of my books. So I'll show you which ones are on my list now. And this helps me, you know, not into reading forcing myself to read a book. So I don't see a problem with changing the books up if you're not interested anymore. And I am, I believe, 70% through Lord of Shadows right now. And I'm still feeling like it's going to be 4 stars. And I read Wondrous Smith, The Colin Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. I gave that 4 stars. And I can't remember if I mentioned it last month or not, but I gave So Hurt 4 stars. And I finally am finished with 1 page of my bookshelves. I'm so excited that I am finally through this page. So now I can finally go to my 2nd page. Hopefully I can get to my 3rd page, because this is a new design that I have done for this year. So we'll have to see if I get to this page or not. For the month of May, my favorite book was Dungeon Crawler Carl, so I put it here. I'm curious to see what other book is going to compete with this book in June, because I really enjoyed this book, so we'll have to see. For 25 and 25, I did over 400 pages, and that is Lord of Shadows. And that book is extremely long. That's 699 pages, if I remember correctly. I did read Never, which involves travel. And then I think that's it. Alright, for art fantasy, I got Impossible Places, which was Dungeon Crawler Carl. And, oh yeah, and I got Never, Stranger in a Strange Land, because she went to Neverland. And I think that's it. So I'm slowly getting there with getting the bingo, hopefully. And then this is going to be a spoiler, so if you don't want to see this part, you can skip this part. But I really have been enjoying my little drawings that I do of my favorite books. And this is one that is by Never by Jessica Hastings. This is my thoughts of it, so there's no spoilers here, but the next page will be if you want to skip, because I put all the quotes that I liked from the book. But I really liked how this turned out. This is a treasure map based off of pirates, and I thought it was a really cute idea. And then I did a really cute one for Dungeon Crawler Carl. Pretty simple. Here's my thoughts, my favorite quotes. And if I really enjoyed the book, I usually try to make it really fancy. When I go through my yearly reading journal, you'll see some of my favorite ones that I really did a really good job on. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed this wrap up as well as reading journal update, and I hope to see you next time. And maybe I will be able to get my TBR done, because I'm visiting my family in July for 2 weeks, so we'll have to see at the end of the month. Hope to see you next time. Bye!